Hey all, Steve from GuitarNiche here. We have a lovely Epiphone Prophecy on the bench here. And the owner is saying that the first 3 frets or so are not staying in tune for him. It's driving him absolutely crazy. Well, first thing I did was I go, okay, I think I know what that is. And I put it on the bench. And one of the first things I noticed here is this nut is just punched in terms of not being correctly cut. It's aggravated by the truss rod not being adjusted properly, so there's a little bit too much air. In fact, if I pull the neck back a little bit, just put a little bit of weight on it, and you can see, it starts to level out a little bit, right? It's a little thing, but it's a huge difference. So I'm going, well, how explicit is this problem to the nut? So I thought, well, let's have a little experiment here. I have the guitars suspended so that I can manipulate it, so things will make some kind of sense. And there's an A using this lovely Peterson tuner. It's relatively stable there. Now if I go to play a B, you see that B is climbing sharp. Okay? And that's because of the deflection. The amount of pressure it takes to get that note fretted. Let's try the E just for comparison. Fairly stable. If I go to the G, the 3rd fret on the top string, and I'm using just super light pressure, just enough to fret the note. And look at how wonky that is, eh? Totally going sharp. And on for the other strings. The proof is there. Some strings, because of the nature of the pitch and tension and diameter, are say less susceptible to the problem, but this is definitely the issue here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the instrument, give it a good tweak out, a good setup, fresh set of strings and all that. I'll inspect the nut, make sure that the slots are all cut properly, they're ramped properly, and they're at the proper height for better intonation for this instrument. Okay? So the name of the game here is how much or why do you need to make sure that the nut is cut properly? You want to be in tune, you have to have the nut cut properly. Simple as that. So we'll get on with it and come back to this and see how it turned out. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, so we have the nut is properly cut, the truss rod is adjusted, the new set of strings fully intonated, everything is where it should be, and you'll see the gaps under the strings there. They're much more in line with what they should be as far as reaching a full potential of quality intonation here. So to get on with it, here's our A, and I'll just do it on top here, okay? You can see the B is pretty stable. That was the 2nd fret on the A string. And then if we can get this top string E to register, there we go, okay? And I'll just do that, okay? Let me grab that properly. See, it's much better than it was. I'll do the D string, very good, and the E is very good as well. So along the board, everything is going to match up so much better that this nut being cut properly ramped back. It is graphite, by the way. It's black graphite on this pardon me, Epiphone Prophecy. And I made sure that the slots were wide enough to accept the strings, but not overly wide, so they can slip back and forth properly without binding. The overall height is appropriate for each string in turn, and the strings are fully stretched, they're intonated, and this thing plays like a dream. It's awesome. It's great. So night and day. And this is why it's extremely important to make sure that the nut, being a tonal and focal point for your strings, has to be addressed properly. Without this being in good nick, you got nothing but underlying problems. Anyway, that's my story. Hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, please read the resource in the description below. There's lots of great free stuff there. Like and subscribe, and as always, have fun, play loud, and have a great day. Cheers.